What's up YouTube, Jeff back from Sammy Guru here, and today we're taking a look at a nice update to Samsung's Pinup application, which allows precise drawing, coloring, etc. with your S Pen for artistic enthusiasts on Galaxy devices. Now I'm making this video with two main things in mind. One, to talk about the update, because it's actually a big one. And if you use Pinup and you use the S Pen to do drawing, sketching, or coloring on your Galaxy S25 Ultra, S24 Ultra, S23 Ultra, etc. This will be a very interesting update from that perspective. But people also keep asking me, is the S Pen dying? And it could be. Honestly, I'm being honest with you guys. The S26 Ultra could be the final device that we see in the S line for a few years that has the S Pen. So after I talk about the update, I'll give a few thoughts on exactly where Samsung stands with the S Pen and what I think is going to happen personally. Before we get started, make sure you guys check out the website, sammyguru.com, covering the latest Samsung news, tips, tricks, tutorials, and reviews. You guys are going to buy an S26 Ultra device, you can get in our mystery box program, tap the orange banner at the top. You'll go ahead and tap right here on the S26 Ultra. Sign up, you put in your phone number, your email, or both. You'll get a text message on launch day with the links to purchase. You use our affiliate link. That's how we fund the program. It's also how we pay for shipping. You pay nothing additional to get on the program. Now, those of you who are in the Z Fold 7, Z Flip 7, Watch 8 series mystery box program, those boxes are shipping now. They ship by July 31st. If you do not have an origin scan on your tracking number by August 1st, please email me, shipping@sammyguru.com. We're working on getting those to the post office all this week. We have almost 950 boxes to do, so we appreciate the patience. Anyway, let's jump into this update. So for those of you who don't know much about Pinup, what Pinup is it's installed on every Galaxy S line phone, because those have the S Pen built in, at least for now. Even though this S Pen, of course, doesn't have Bluetooth because Samsung took it out, it still does have Pinup installed because it is still an S Pen device. And Samsung added some nice features with this update. So first, let me show you guys some of the features by bringing in another device, which I'm running the old version of Pinup on, which is my Galaxy S25 Edge. Now, this device doesn't, in every region, it doesn't come installed with Pinup, because it doesn't have the S Pen, but you can still install it because obviously you can use a regular stylus to draw with this. And I actually just did a video on a replacement S Pen, quote unquote, for the Z Fold 7. You guys can check that out below if you're interested. Anyway, let's go back here quickly so I can show you guys the two version numbers here in the settings. There's also a couple of differences in the settings that we'll take a quick look at. So if we go to About, S Pen, or Pinup rather, 3.9.19.33, 3.9.20.16. I have the newest version, which I'll have the APK below if you guys want to grab it. It's not rolling out for everyone yet on the Galaxy Store. So let's go ahead and start a new drawing just to kind of show you guys some of the differences. And there's quite a few down here in the toolbar, but also in the drawing settings. So when you go into starting a new drawing and you go to settings, you'll see there's a few things in these two versions that are different. Some of these have to do with the fact that this is an S25 Ultra with the built-in S Pen, and this is an S25 Edge that doesn't have it. But you see rotate canvas, gesture, save in gallery, brushes, remember color, which I actually do like that section, and also palm rejection. Those are there because this is there because of the S Pen. But you also have finger drawing, which of course you can turn on because of course, if you want to only use the S Pen, you can turn this off. You don't really have the option over here again because of the S Pen. But you do have show brush texture on pointer, which is new. Auto fix lines and shape. Those are two new features that are not S Pen specific that are coming to Pinup. So even if you don't have a built-in S Pen, you'll see those in your drawing settings. Now inside the canvas, of course, like I said, you can use your finger or a regular stylus to draw some things over here, or you can obviously use the S Pen, and there are some really nice new features here with this new version. So first, let's go into the brushes. There's a brand new pen style. So you can see I have both of these on pens. The brand new pen style is called Pixel Pen, and that's the one that I'm using over here. The Pixel Pen will let you get up to just 1 pixel. So if you actually zoom in here on the canvas, you can get as little as 1 pixel highlighted with the color. So you can color precisely, you can draw precisely, etc. They also added a couple of other new ones inside calligraphy tools. If we go up there, calligraphy tool has this new Ribbon 1, Ribbon 2 pen here, as well as a couple others here at the bottom if you go into download more brushes. So they did add a couple new brushes. I think this Pixel Pen though is really, really cool. And if you like coloring, especially just for relaxing, that's something you might really enjoy using. The other things they added, two things really. They changed this tool down here, which is the tool that lets you like rotate or flip things. You can see here I can just rotate this freeform. Over here, you can still do the same thing, and you can see it actually gives you a slightly different UI for the degrees, but you now have the ability to flip this, horizontal and vertical flipping right there. And you can also undo directly on the brush there. Instead of just doing the rotation, you can also kind of distort this however you want by using this tool. If you tap on it, you can do scale and distort. So you can see how it distorts it. If you don't want to just scale it, you can actually distort it in one direction, which is stretching it instead of just maintaining the aspect ratio. You do not have that option over here on the Galaxy S25 Edge with the old version of Pinup. The other new feature, which you guys see down here at the bottom toolbar, this one on the right looks a little bit more crowded, and the reason for that is you now have this new feature, which is the drawing guides feature. Basically lets you get some graph paper, perspective grid, or symmetry grid, depending on, and you guys can see what those look like. There's the symmetry grid, kind of lets you draw symmetrically. Perspective, for those of you who like to do perspective drawings, very helpful for people who are professional artists. And then 2D grid, if you're just doing something, maybe you want to sketch something for your math class or something. And with inside the 2D grid, you can actually go in here and adjust the grid size, see that, the opacity, you can change the color to whatever color. You can have purple graph paper, green graph paper, whatever you want inside there. That combined with this Pixel Sense grid might be really interesting use case for certain types of artists, or if you use this for scientific applications. Assisted drawing here is that feature we talked about before that will like automatically think things, and it'll contour them to a square, to a rectangle, to oval, snap shape, whatever. And that was something that I also showed you guys earlier in this settings here. You see right here with the settings where it's auto fix lines and shapes. This is part of that feature. And so if you have that turned on, it'll automatically do that for you. Anyway, it's a pretty significant update. They changed, a few things here, the way the toolbar works, some new options, some new brushes as always. And so that comes to my thoughts on where does the S Pen go from here? Well, Samsung continues to update a lot of software like Pinup that is specifically made for the S Pen. Make no mistake, it's preloaded on the S Ultra because it's made for the S Pen in particular. So will Samsung get rid of the S Pen with the S26 Ultra? All indications are no, not this year. So this little guy, there's a lot of controversy over you right now, and they probably won't with the S26 Ultra. But with the S27 Ultra, I would say it's very likely. And what's going to happen from there? Well, Samsung's currently working on a digitizer-free S Pen, which will allow them to slim down their phones like they did with the Z Fold 7, and then still bring back the S Pen. So what I think may happen is the S Pen may go away for a year or two. If that technology is not ready, then Samsung could bring it back, let's say maybe even with the S30, and it will come back with a lot of fanfare because it'll be gone for a few years, maybe say 2 or 3 years. They bring it back, people will love it. So I think digitizer-free S Pen is what we need to see, because Samsung wants to go thinner, they want to go lighter, and the only real way to do that while having the S Pen is the digitizer-free solution, because it does add thickness to the device. Case in point, the Galaxy S25 Edge, they're able to slim this down a ton, and of course it doesn't have the S Pen, along with a few other things related to the camera, but the point still stands. Curious what you guys think. Do you use Pinup? I think it's a very fun application. I am not a professional artist. You guys have seen me draw on this channel. I'm the furthest thing from a professional artist, but I do enjoy it just for relaxing adult coloring and stuff like that. And you can do that. They actually have coloring pages in here for those of you guys who enjoy this. Latest coloring pages, you can just grab one and start coloring. Very, very fun and relaxing. Let me know if you guys enjoy it. If you haven't checked it out, download below, I have the APK. Appreciate you guys checking out the video. Again, SammyGuru.com if you want to get on that S26 Ultra Mystery Box program. Those of you in the July program, your boxes should be shipping very soon by the end of the week. If not, get in touch. We will make it right. We'll make sure we track down USPS, of course. Sometimes there's a few issues. We're happy to help resolve them. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.